Welcome back, guys. This is going to be the part 13 of our video tutorial series. If you remember, in last video tutorial, we were working on the server side. We were basically trying to write we were trying to create a method here. So I'm going to collapse this one for now. This is where we're working on. Basically, we expose a method into our DAO service, DAO product called method to get all products, and this method only takes a callback function when it gets invoked by the client, and we have a query statement. And the query statement is basically we are fetching data from both table, from product category and product, because we have one-to-many relationship with the product to category. So we have inner join, and then we are only fetching the active record, and then we're ordering that record by the created date. Okay, next thing we have to do is, of course, assuming we're gonna with the given connection. Oops, that is not what I mean to do. The code is pretty. I'm just gonna follow the pattern that I have been. So basically, I'm gonna grab this code up to. Basically, gonna grab everything from here and modify it. Okay. Here and into the connection, we're gonna call a query method. And instead of this insert statement, we have this query statement to be sent out to the MySQL server. And oops, that's not what I mean to do. I just mean to copy this guy here. In this case, since it's just to select, and we don't have to pass any special parameter, so we don't have to pass anything here. And then after that, just a callback function here. And then in callback function, so let's pass one more parameter to it. It's a rows refer to data rows, and then if there is error, this is just the convention of the node. If there is error, we're going to handle this one. We're going to log it, or maybe we're going to say whatever is your business rule dictates. Okay, and then otherwise. We have a callback function provided by our caller, so we're going to invoke that callback function right here, and because we're going to return something called products here. Okay, so in our case, all we're going to do is just return. We're just going to return the rows of data that's coming out from the backend database. We can see if we want all the data just for the debugging purposes. If it doesn't work, we can uncomment it later. Otherwise, this is all we have to do in terms of database. Okay, and finally, line number 28, we just close the connection. Okay, let's go ahead and save this file here. Okay, now next thing we have to do, we have to go into our configuration, into our routes, and go to product route config. Just like we need to add at this point. So here is my PowerShell is open. If let me close the if I start my gulp here, and I have a task called default. Okay, my gulp is now running on port number 9000. If I go into 9000, it's running there. And if I go into view project, of course it's not going to run. I must have like some sort of error here because get all products. Let me go into the console and see some sort of, must be, here is a developer tool. I want to see the console. I have an error. Like I said, here is basically it's looking for that endpoint, this get all products, but this guy doesn't exist because we have not done configuration. That is the next thing we can do. To do that, well, let's go into code here. So we basically we need to add a new route, kind of like this. So go ahead and copy and paste this code here. Of course, this request type is going to be get request, and this is going to be get all products. Or even better would be like get all active product, but it's okay for now. And here's a request, as this is our callback function with request and response. And we need to acquire the product DAO. That's what we are doing, line number 79. And then we have a method now in our DAO called get all product category. So this method get all products. Okay, so when we call this method, we don't have to pass the request body. All we have to pass is just the callback function, and let's say this callback function, let's give an argument called products, and then we're going to return the JSON data. That's what we are doing on line number 81 to the. So we're going to say response.json, and then we're going to pass. We have extra curly here. Products, something like this. Okay. And let me make sure that thing closes here, and then I don't need this log here. Only if it doesn't work, then I can put this one here. Okay. By doing that, if everything is good, if our wiring up is good, then we should be able to view our product here. I'm going to go ahead and save all. Basically, it's going to save everything, and since it's running, the Express is running, and it's constantly monitoring the changes. So if I just refresh, did you already refresh this one? 9 view product. Awesome. Now it started working right here. Okay, as you can see, it's now pretty let me make sure all the changes took place. Okay, this is my Visual Studio is closed, but let me go ahead and let me go ahead and start my gulp again. Okay, I want to make sure. Okay, now I'm gonna go into, let's open even different Chrome browser this time. Okay, awesome. Okay, it was working. Just to be sure. Okay, that is good. That was not that really hard, guys. So very it's very, even like the reason I decided to do this one was I had a product category, but product category has only like 3 or 4 fields. But this one has a lot of more like a real life application. It has inner join. It has you have 2 table join and a bunch of data coming out. So okay, just to make sure this feature, we can add a new product and it should come out. Just go ahead and add a new computer Node.JS book by whoever. It's going to be category computer science books. Price, give it a price or something. And developer must have to have this book. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and add this product here. Already this product is added, and I can verify that it should be the very first row because I have done order by created date. If I do view product, here's the record that we just added. Okay, this developer blah 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 whatever. So okay. So next thing I would like to, next feature, if in the most of the Crud application, maybe as admin you should be able to retire a product. Maybe this product is no longer we're going to sell. So to do that, we can have this checkbox here. We can basically right now it doesn't really does basically very simple. Ideally, if you imagine you were writing Crud application when you want to make this product, all we have to do is just update, and maybe we're gonna put the timestamp when this was basically retired, the date. We can do very easily. But even before that, what I would like to show you next, the next feature is this model window that we have. Right now the model window is open, but it's not binding to our of course all the data is not binding to all this here. So let's see how we can do something like that. Okay, only a little bit of code that we have to do here. Okay, let me close this one. I'm done with the server side now. Let's go into the view, and then we'll be working on our controller and view. Here in my view, I have this view product, or even better, let's look it into HTML portion of it. Let me just copy that and then put it right here. Oops. Okay. So in terms of this model window, only thing you have to know when you're working on it, this is simply a simple Bootstrap model window. So to be able to open this model window, all you have to do is important thing is in your button right here, you need to give this data target, and this ID right here refers to your markup later, the main parent ID of your markup or model window. Which if I do a search for this one here now, you should see because sorry for that here this guy right here, the ID of your container has to be that ID. That's why you have product details window. This is this markup here. And then of course here I don't have binding yet. I have all the markup for everything is done, all the binding, but of course I do not have this property in the scope of the controller, and then none of none of this property really exists. That's why even though we have a model window right here when we click the button, but none of the property is bound. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this one. So I'm going to go ahead and put this let me close this view from here and then go to my controller, view product controller, and I'm going to say open to the side. So we can see our markup and then code side by side. So what we have to do here is, very first thing that I'm going to declare a variable here. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay. Into the scope, you need to have this into the scope, let's go ahead and define this products details view as an empty object here. Okay, let's just define that. So now, corresponding to this one is scope product details view. This refers to product details view, and it is in the scope of this, right? So in here, I can define some of these properties here. Let me go ahead and just initialize them to empty string for now. And just like that, we have a product name that is also a string, so empty string here, and then product description. That is that, and next thing we need is a product selling price. Also as empty string, but I could have initialized at a 0 too. But if I do a 0, it will be visible, but that seems weird. So, and then product selling price, let's say a product price. That's the next property. And then we're going to do the same thing here. And the last thing we need is a product release date. Oops. Okay, now we got this corresponding object defined in our scope. And after that, once that is defined, so if we look into our scope in our markup here, into this button, starting from line number 40 and going back all the way to 53, we have this entry clade called show product detail information right here. So what we can go into our controller here, and we can add this method and function, and this method, as you can see in the binding, we are passing the one row, the current row of product. Okay, then once we do that, then basically let me do something here. Actually, let me do some basically what I'm trying to do is just starting with this. Oh, I can do something like this in Visual Studio, but unfortunately I cannot do that in Crud. Let me save it and just save all. Let's go into Visual Studio. Oh, I'm working on this. Yeah, okay. Let's go into this controller, view product controller right here, and okay, what I'm trying to do is something like this. In Visual Studio, I can do I can show you some tricks, and then can do Control Alt, and then I can just select everything here and Control B. Oops, I didn't. Basically, I have to copy this one here and then go to the very last line and select all the rows. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. Sorry guys, it took a while, but it's really helpful. I mean, especially if you have math and you have like tons of property to deal with, and instead of typing one by one, even though I would have faster if I had just typed it, but I just wanted you guys to learn these tricks if you are using Visual Studio Editor. Okay, so now I'm gonna say now all I have to do is just now I have is my product, and product has a property called category name. I'm just gonna set back to the view so that will be visible. And the same idea for the product name, product dot name property, um, product dot description property, and then product dot product price. And the next property that I have to set to product dot product cost. And finally, I would like to set the date, release date. Okay, product created DT. Okay, go ahead and save this one. And if my gulp is running, as you can see, it changed because it noticed the changes. Save everything, and then if I refresh this page, okay, I broke something. Definitely going to something is broken. Let's see what happened. I mean, just go to the console here. This would tell me what's really going on here. Okay, unexpected token. Okay, I have a syntax error in my code. Let's see what's going on. Okay, yeah, definitely the syntax error here. So this closes here. What this guy is doing here, this is extra, definitely. Let me go ahead and save all and refresh this page. Yay, finally worked. Okay, of course it was already working, but this is what we wanted to see. Look at this. It started binding now. It has the category name right here. And let me show you the one that a lot of text here. Okay, product detail with the model window, name of the products, and description of the product cost, and product selling price, and product release to market. All this kind of information. Of course, like I told you in the beginning of the tutorial, maybe you can have a bunch of images and all those kind of cool stuff. You can do it. And then in the next video tutorial, I'll show you. Then we will be talking about our edit portion. So what we have here is that we're going to do edit. I'm thinking of edit also will be, I would like to do in the model window. That looks really nice instead of having a new just new view. We'll have a model window here. When you click this edit product, a nice model window pops up, which this right now it doesn't exist, of course, even we don't have this path defined. And we'll have a similar feature for delete product. Okay guys, that would be all I wanted to share in today's video tutorial. So thank you so much for watching videos. Until next time, have a good day. Bye.